Today's the day after the official release of Surging Sparks, and something interesting has happened that I wanted to share with you all. So yesterday I made a video on the release day of Surging Sparks. I talked about the booster box prices and how they in fact did not crash like a lot of people thought it was going to happen. And also I showed you guys the prices of the cards and showed you that this was like the first set from the Scarlet and Violet era that had multiple $100+ cards in the set. But I did explain to you all that I understood that these prices were inflated because on release day, usually what happens is that the prices are pretty much the most expensive they're going to get because there's just not that much supply on the market. And then after release day, people obviously on release day, they're just getting the pre-orders in for products. They're getting, products from stores. People are opening packs, and as people open packs, cards get, pulled. People put them on the market. It's pretty simple. And usually the following days after release day, card prices usually drop. So, some cards have dropped in price, some cards have actually stayed the same, but one card has surpassed all and actually gone up in value after release day. So I wanted to just compare some prices from yesterday to today so you can get an idea of what has kind of happened here. So the Latios yesterday was $191, today it's around $190, so it's pretty much the exact same. The Hydreigon yesterday was $107, today it's $98, so it's gone down a little bit. Milotic yesterday was $93, today it is $86, gone down just a tiny bit. Lysia's Appeal has dropped quite a bit. Yesterday it was $118, now it's $75. Pikachu yesterday was $65, today it is $66, so it stayed the exact same. The Executor yesterday was $80, it has dropped to $63. Jasmine's Gaze yesterday was $69, and today it is $48. So some have dropped, you can see some have stayed the same. But one card has, like I said, surpassed all and actually gone up in value, and that's the Pikachu EX. Now, yesterday this card was $335 market price, and today we can see that it's at $400. Now, I know in the beginning, a lot of people were, disappointed with this artwork, and a lot of people said this whole set was trash because the Pikachu, they were disappointed with it. And I was one of those people that was, disappointed, but I still said this. I said that, if the Greninja from Twilight Masquerade can be a $300+ card with the hype of Surging Sparks, and this is a Pikachu, and honestly, I don't think the artwork is bad. It's just maybe somewhat disappointing than maybe what people had in mind. I said this. I said this card can be just as expensive as Greninja or even more. And look what happened. This card is now $400. That's the most expensive card from the Scarlet and Violet era. Now, this card has skyrocketed since yesterday, but I actually think that the market price yesterday was actually messed up. Because if you look at the sales data, there were some sales obviously before the set was released because some people were able to get product early. Maybe some people went to pre-release events. So you can see here like a few days before the set was released that they were selling for around $300. So the market price before being released was around $300. And we can see when it switched to the release day, people were still selling them for around $300, which what they were selling for before. But we can see that as time has gone on, the prices started to increase to around the 350s, and now they're all the way up to $400. Now, you might be saying that, this is all just hype. It's going to crash. But think about this. I've heard from people on YouTube that have shown pull rates for the set and people that have just in general opened this set up. I've heard of this set, the pull rates are very hard. I've heard that from plenty of reputable places and just people online that the pull rates are really difficult. And also, I've heard that the quality control for the set isn't that great, that there's whitening on the cards, that the cards aren't perfect. So, on the graded side at least, that means that, PSA 10s, which I have nothing to do with grading, but PSA 10s and obviously people who like graded cards, those are going to be hard to get because, quality control, it's hard to pull, so there's probably not going to be as much out there. So, even though we're seeing a crazy price right now for this card, it's the most expensive card from the Scarlet and Violet era, some people out there are going to say immediately it's going to crash, that this is too expensive. People said that about the Greninja when it was like $200. And now it's at $300 plus still, months after release. With this hype we're in, with this, it's hard to pull with, these cards. It's the quality control isn't that great. I could see this going higher. I know that may be causing some FOMO, whatever you want to say, or some random hype. People are going to say I'm trying to pump this stuff up. But think about it. Just all these factors, the hype we're in. It's a Pikachu card. The pull rates are hard. The quality control isn't that good. If the Greninja card can go $300+, and this card is $400, I think this could go to $500. And that's honestly just me being serious. And we have actually seen sales for $500, not on TCG Player, but on eBay. So we can see some sales for a little bit less, $350. This is not a real sale. This is from a random seller. Look at some of these sales, 475, 450, 500, 400, 425, 500, 500, 400, 400, 400, 400. You see some sales for a little bit lower. You see here 425, 350s. And obviously now we're getting a little bit further back. Now this is like release day. So some cards have sold for 500. So is it possible that maybe this card does go up to 500? I really think it's a possibility. And when you look at the listings, at least on TCG Player, the listings for around 400 are from people with like not a lot of sales. If you look at people that have good reviews, like a good amount, they're going for around 430, 440. And yeah, they're just, I think this market price could keep going up from what it's at right now. And even still, it's skyrocketed even from the the release day. But I think it could go up to 500 in maybe a few weeks, a month. I think in around that time frame, I think it's very possible that, with these pull rates we're seeing here, I think it could go to 500. I don't think that's crazy to say. And I wanted to just show you guys and compare the Greninja. A lot of people said this artwork was trash. The same thing with Pikachu. People saying the Greninja was too expensive. It was trash. This artwork sucks. But this card's $300 plus. And this is like, Twilight Masquerade now is like, what, 5-6 months old? And this card's still $300. Think about all the hype we're in. Think about the Pikachu. Think about the pull rates and everything. You don't think that this card could probably get more expensive? You don't think the Pikachu could probably get more expensive? And even still, it's the most expensive card from the Scarlet and Violet era? I'm telling you, there's going to be many people saying that this is going to be too expensive the whole way. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this card could keep going up. It's possible, maybe it does drop. It's possible. But with this hype and everything, I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to keep going up, to be honest. So, yeah, just people are going to say that along the way. People have said that with the Greninja. Just take some examples. Like, everyone said this artwork was trash. And this is Greninja. Pikachu is like a million times more popular. And think about all the hype and the new people getting into Pokemon. The card could keep going up. And just besides, the Greninja, you can see here, like this set, even though it has a Greninja that's $300 plus, there's no other card that's over $100 from the set. Like there's some that's, pretty close. But Surging Sparks has cards that are basically at 100 or even more. Like the Latias is almost $200. So Surging Sparks, whether people want to say that's overhyped, that the set sucks, that they're not buying any booster boxes, maybe this changes your mind. That maybe you're seeing now that, you know what? This set, there's a lot of expensive cards. There's a lot of, hype for the cards. The pull rates are hard. Like, maybe this has changed your mind on maybe wanting to buy some booster boxes. Now, talking about booster boxes, yesterday I did show you guys that some people were selling them for low 150s, mid 150s, some even for, under 150. And I was telling you guys, there's going to be people flipping these boxes. There's going to be probably a lot of supply within the next few weeks here because people are trying to flip these. But I go on TCG Player, and I see the market price says like 156. You look at the sales, though. Where has all these 100 low 150 boxes gone on TCG Player? You can see here, yesterday they're selling some, like I told you, you could get them for 150s. Like there were some people quickly flash selling these for under market, undercutting the market, and people bought them up very quickly. I told you guys, anything under market right now sells super quickly. And look what's going on now. Today, just today, these are selling for 160 once again. It just went back up to the normal market price, what I was at before. You can see here, there's no listings for 100 low 150s anymore on TCG Play. They're all gone because people took up the deal. Because people know what's up with this set. This set, it's good, and there's a lot of demand for it. And anything I told you under market, like low 150s, it was going to go quickly. And look what happened. Just one day after, they're all gone. Where's the listings at? They're not at 150 anymore. Now on eBay, though, you can get them for still under market. And this is what I'm telling you. There's opportunity here for you guys that are sitting out, that have sat out all the way until this point. You're seeing the prices of the cards. You're seeing the prices of the Pikachu. If this changes your mind, there are still some deals out there on eBay. There is a seller that's selling them for $153. That's like the cheapest price you can find, and they even have a best offer. Maybe you want to offer $150. I don't know, but you can see though that a lot of these sellers are still selling them for around market, like high 150s. Like around $160. They're still around that price. You're not going to be able to find some for 140, 130, 120. Like some people think that this box is somehow going to crash at that price. It makes no sense, the people that are saying that. And here's just to show you that the seller is legitimate and I've bought from them before. They're perfectly fine. But for those people out there that are still saying that $150, $160 is way too expensive, it's going to go to 130, 120. You know how many people have said that in my comments? Look at the prices of the cards. Does it make sense that this box right now, market price, is $160? And when we see $400 cards, $200 cards, many like high, like double-digit cards, you think it makes sense, and especially the hype brand, that it makes sense that this box is going to go to 120? 130. Does it really make that much sense? Like, obviously, those people are going to say, oh, the hype's going to die down and everything. People are just going to keep saying that. But that makes no sense, in my opinion, that this box would even go down in value when cards are this expensive. It just makes no sense. I mean, Twilight Masquerade, the box price is right now, what, 160s? And the most expensive cards $300, and the rest are like not even like $100. And we see Surging Sparks where there's a card that's almost $200, a card that's $400, cards that are close to 100. Like, it makes no sense that this box is going to go down in value. And just lastly, I want to show you guys that Flipside Gaming still does have a case for Surging Sparks booster boxes at $8.90. I did the math. I showed you guys this deal before. It was like, I think, $148 per box. So yeah, just wanted to update you guys on what's going on with Surging Sparks, and that the Pikachu is $400. It's crazy. This is the market we're in. I think the Pikachu could keep going up. And for everyone hating on Surging Sparks that hasn't bought it now, maybe this shows you maybe some evidence and some proof that the hype is real, that the set isn't trash, that the Pikachu isn't trash. People want the card, and it's $400. So maybe this, changes your mind about Surging Sparks. But just want to show you guys that, the next, maybe in a week from now, or maybe next few days and more stuff happens, I'll keep talking about Surging Sparks. But I mean, this set is just going to keep going up. It's just going to happen. So that's all I wanted to say today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one.